in the past, moving forward in the present, used to suffer from IDD, Intention Deficit Disorder. When you think about organizing your speech, first and foremost, I believe the most important thing is that you set your intention. What is your intention for that audience? What is your intention for getting up for yourself? My intention this evening was that all of you would have some fun, learn a little bit, and go out feeling better about yourself. That was my intention. So the first thing they ask us to do when organizing our speech is to A, select your topic. Everyone's done a great job so far. Jill did a great job. She was so authentic in who she was in presenting her topic. She was so true and true, Jill, and I love that. She knows who she is. When I was thinking about selecting a topic for this afternoon or this evening, what do I know about? The first, quickest way to select a topic when you're on the spot is to speak about something you're comfortable with. Who are you? What can you talk about? I wouldn't have the slightest clue how to perform acupuncture, for example. So I wouldn't jump on Google today when I knew I had to do this speech and try to learn something real quick. You would know that I was so full of BS. Well, at least I'm not a very good liar. So find something when you're selecting your topic, either that you're passionate about, that you love, that it's easy to talk about. So tonight, I'm gonna show you with my personal way how I select my topic, because I believe my favorite thing to talk about is the power of thoughts. And it's so fun because I'm among like-minded people. So I would like to start with my little story. When I was getting my master's in animal science, and some of you heard this before, at the University of Southern Illinois, one of my really cool mentors in pig science, okay, there's actual swine science. Anyway, in swine science, told us this story, and I don't know what university this was done at, but it was a guinea pig study, because they were talking about before, and if you're Jewish, you really understand this, but before animals are brought to the slaughter, what is the emotions that go through their mind? And does it affect meat production? That's a whole nother tangent that we were talking about. Can the speaker stay on topic? Yes, back to the point. Okay, this little guinea pig was set up, there were two of them. There was the hate room and there was the love room. And the whole point of the experiment was to think, are our thoughts powerful enough? Can the animal pick up just from our thoughts? Will they have a reaction? So in the love room, he had arranged it so it would be a 5-hour experiment. Enough students, they would spend 5 minutes in front of the guinea pig only sending thoughts of love. In the other room were only thoughts of hate. There would be a stream of students, 5 minutes each, in a little box in front of a guinea pig in a cage. No words, no actions, only thoughts. In the love room, the little guinea pig was so happy, bouncing around, just loving the love. However, it wasn't so much fun for the guinea pig that was in the hate room. Because although it was a 5-hour experiment, in 45 minutes, the guinea pig died. Thoughts have power. When I am on stage delivering to you, when you are on stage delivering to your audience, select the topic that delivers the most power, because you are powerful. Now, I could have got up here when I was giving you this story, because the next thing that we're going to do is talk about the opening and the delivery of your opening. I could have just said, right? Let's try this on for a second. It's completely different. I could have said, oh yeah, there was this guinea pig, and in one room was a love room, the other room was a hate room, and people went up there and just thought, love, and other people thought, hate, and this one died in 45 minutes. Big difference. So when you're developing the opening that's relevant to selecting your topic, practice the opening and pull them in. That's when you get them in the beginning. People can only remember 3 to 5 points, so So you want to open up that emotion box in the very beginning as you're developing your opening. Think about that as you create your outline. I work a little bit different than the book. Everybody's different. Some people like to start with the outline as it recommends. I have to think about what is my intention before I even start my outline. Just doesn't flow for me. So try either one on and see what works for you. But there's a really cool, we are so blessed to be in Toastmasters because there's a really cool sample outline on page 15, right here in the bottom. Sample speech outline for everybody to see. Did you know that was in there? You guys are awesome. I was like, cool, everything I ever dreamed about in speech writing. So after you develop your opening, you next want to draft your body. Back to the opening. When you're doing your opening, ask a question. That's a really powerful way. If you can't think of anything else to do, ask a question. It opens up hearts. You can come up with a quote or you can display a little object. Because there's visual learners. I could talk about this all night. Okay, back to the point. Draft the body. The body, depending on the amount of time that you're given, you have to understand the time of your speech and remember that people can only remember 3 to 5 facts. And I know there's a lot of data people, still, 3 to 5 facts. Make sure you incorporate maybe a data piece, which would be like 80% of all the money, according to the Centers of Disease Control, in this country spent on drugs is due to stress-related illness. That's why I see a hypnotist. Okay, anyway. So something as specific as that for data people, something touchy-feely for emotional people, you want to think about all different learner types as you're developing your body. And next, we want to develop your conclusion. This needs to be as strong as your opening. Because this is what's going to have the audience leaving, wow, and you've shifted their life. Because you can shift them in the beginning like I just did with the powerful guinea pig story, but if I just leave you hanging, you'll remember the guinea pig story, but you'll feel like something's incomplete and you won't have that So we'd want to end with a review or a summary. Depends if you're selling from the stage, you may want to have a call to action. But in that, remember to appeal to the emotion in the conclusion as well. Before I conclude, let me tell you a little thing that had always helped me in preparing my speeches. So you guys know, tell them, which would be in here. Oh, I forgot a very important part, didn't I? You guys know what I missed? Anybody? Intro. Right? Intro. In my intro, I'm going to tell them. So I'm telling you today that I'm going to, you know how I said at the beginning, I'm telling you how we're going to talk about developing a speech. That was my intro. Then I told you how we were going to do it, and I wrote it up there. And then in the conclusion, I'm going to repeat and tell you what I just told you. So tell them what you're going to tell them. Then tell them what you told them. Okay? So what I just told you is that to be a successful speechwriter, you need all of these elements. And I would probably have printed it out or had it a little bit nicer on an overhead, but this works for you guys tonight because you're pretty exceptional. So I know my audience